guys, how are you? This is a general reading for the collective of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's not date or time specific whenever you come upon it. If it speaks to you, it may be your message at that time, but do keep in mind it's a general reading. Won't resonate for everyone. As always, take what does resonate, leave the rest. You can be here as a cross watcher. Sometimes the messages are directly to you. So, and for everyone, please know that you may need to flip the energies around. All right, I am pulling from the Cosmic Journey Oracle. We're keeping it light and cheerful. We're moving out of Scorpio season and into Sagittarius season in the next day and a half, followed by the new moon in Sag shortly thereafter. So everybody's going to be partying in Sagittarius. We've got Venus and Mercury are already there, and the sun will join and the moon will follow. And boy, I'm ready for some lightened energy and to get my spark back. I don't know about you. So that's why I picked this deck. So let's see what we get. The hero of your cosmic journey. Ooh, I like that. Almost feels like the sword and the stone. So I'm feeling some Ace of Swords energy here. And we've got, right, some enlightenment or some big truth. We've got card 37. You decided to wake up, or else why did you draw me? Right there it is. 3 and 7 is 10. So we've got some completion here. There's something you're waking up to. So who's the hero of your cosmic journey? Cancer, or whoever you are watching. Hopefully it is you. This is a Roman numeral 11. So we've got a 10 and we've got an 11. That is numerologically significant for those of you who pay attention to such things. Yeah, it's nice. Let me go ahead and pull your cards, and then I'll walk you through it and we'll clarify. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and those who love them. All right. Wow, nice. Knight of Cups. Maybe someone coming in with an offer of love. Here is the challenge position, is the 6 of Cups. Now, this was out in the morning musing. So for those who don't know what that is, every day I kind of get up, and before I get too into my day, I throw cards for the signs I'm going to read for, just to kind of get a feel for the, the dominant energy. And this card figured prominently. Now, who can see those morning musings is those of you in the channel membership, and anyone who has the all access pass to all the extendeds, you get them as well. So there are links below for that. Anyway, this card came out not once but twice. So here it is in my mind for a third time, which is significant. It's past life soulmate energy. It's this could be somebody you've known for a very long time, maybe even since your youth or childhood or college even. But it feels to me like there's some energy of romance, like a build up to it, but there's a challenge around it, right? In your unconscious awareness, 10 of Wands, there's some kind of heaviness, some kind of burden that needs to be offloaded here. In the past, we have the 2 of Cups that was out this morning as well. We're definitely talking about soulmates here. And what's crowning you now? 4 of Pentacles. So it could be a little bit of guarded energy, but it could also be something you're not yet ready to let go of, even though you know you should. So there's something here that you may be holding on to. And we have Queen of Wands in the future. So the Queen of Wands could just be that, like I said, with moving into Sag season, right? It is a fire sign card. It's about kind of feeling empowered, getting your spark back, feeling a sense of optimism, taking matters into your own hands. Message from Spirit is, yeah, you're about to change. You're about to close out one cycle and begin a new cycle. This is about lessons learned, Aquarius and Capricorn. So it's a card of Saturn. And I do feel like there's some kind of completion happening here. You've got, you decided to wake up, or why did you draw, or else why did you draw me? That 37. And what's the drawing is the world. So here we are. I'm feeling like there's something here where there's an energy around a cycle completing. In the hidden energies, yes, your person may want to communicate And here in your hopes and or fears, 10 of Cups, you're looking to downshift out of something very heavy and burdensome and hang on to your optimism and your hope for this beautiful, blissful, happily ever after energy of the 10 of Cups. Whew. Now going forward, 9 of Wands. It might be a bit more of a struggle, but the 9 of Wands kind of has this air about it of, I ain't got no quit in me, right? There's just kind of like that, I'm going to push forward. I may be exhausted. This may be very stressful, but I soldier on. So we'll see what we get when we clarify. Knight of Cups and 6 of Cups. Sorry for the weird lighting. It's a very weird gray yellowish day out, and I just can't seem to adjust for all the gray in my house and on my body, right? It's like bad day for gray. Yeah, we had this morning this resistance and this conflict energy feels like it's coming from someone who's been a little bit aloof and distant, maybe not super approachable, not as communicative as you would like. Maybe not revealing their feelings, and that's what you need from them. Let me pick this up gingerly, right? Because if what's on your mind in that present energy card is like, I just want to know how this person feels. I would love them to come in and offer something sincere from their heart. And what you're getting is a whole lot of nothing, or something cold, or very resistant, somewhat even dismissive between these two right here, and that's a cause of conflict. So the conflict card underneath just suggests that this is something that it's gotten under your craw. It's like it's not letting you relax. The morning musing oracle card was the 9 of Swords, and I even thought about it. It's like it's something that won't let you rest. And it sort of gnaws at you, and that's what the way the 5 of Wands is coming through. So let's look at the 10 of Wands. Queen of Swords. Now we have a King and Queen. Ah, the plot thickens. Okay, so yeah, this person is definitely avoidant and resistant at the very least, and because of it, you're calling into question their trustworthiness. Queen of Swords, truth seeker, truth teller, and look at her looking straight at the 7 of Swords. Why so avoidant? Why don't you answer me directly? Here we have the World, which is Spirit's message to you. So it's almost like these two cards here represent something closing out and releasing something. But here I like the Queen of Swords because, and she's been coming out in a lot of readings lately, and the same dynamic is like, I'm going to remove the emotionality. I'm just going to look at this from a practicality perspective, like, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it's a duck kind of a thing. And that's what I see. She's looking right out the 7 of Swords. Is like, why would you avoid me? Or why would you be dismissive? Or why would you be resistant if there wasn't something you're not telling me? So it does, I'm not going to I'm not going to sink to the level of suspicion, but I kind of feel like you've got this gut check that something isn't right and has not been right. 2 of Cups in the past. Queen of Cups, Empress. Look at all this beautiful energy. 8 of Swords. Yeah, you've kind of been second guessing yourself and maybe full of some doubt. The Queen of Cups, well, there we are, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and the Empress, the beautiful unconditional love of the divine feminine. I almost feel like with the 8 of Swords, there's just, yes, it's stuck energy, but it's also that overthinking and sort of putting yourself through the paces where you call your own reasonable Queen of Swords practical thought processes into question, where you doubt yourself, where you second guess yourself, where you overthink, where you have the paralysis of analysis that goes with the 8 of Swords. And it's coming because there's such an emotional investment here on your part, and there has been. And now it's like, are you ready to let go? Are you ready to change? Are you feeling guarded? Are you feeling self-protective? Let's see what the 4 of Pentacles says. My gosh, this card is haunting you. Yeah. Six of Cups again with the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Wands. I have a feeling that this Four of Pentacles is the beginning of your self-protection and starting to guard your heart. And I'm saying starting because that Ten of Wands is here underneath both times. Remember, this is your unconscious awareness in the below position. And here it is again from the bottom of the deck, which is I'm always pulling to see what's in the unconscious sphere here. And it feels to me like there's something you know you have to release, but your first instinct is to kind of guard your heart from somebody who may come in and out and not be as invested in the connection on an emotional level. They might be all in for the passion, Knight of Wands. See where I'm going? But you're wanting a King of Cups. You're wanting some emotional availability, and you get resistance to that. So that is what I'm picking up on. So let's see this Queen of Wands in the future. Hermit, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Yeah, I do think this is going to be a shift into some, inner strength, almost like a wait a minute, not so fast. I'm wiser now. I have been on my journey. I have been on my spiritual path. I have been learning about myself. I have been growing. I have been learning. I have been introspecting. I have, all the things where we kind of turn inward. That's part of the Hermit. And it's like, yeah, no, I'm going to pick up my wand. I know what's going on here. I've been through it before. Seven of Pentacles, it's like this has been playing out for a long time. And underneath is the Two of Swords. Excuse my scratchy throat. I think it's just allergies. Two of Swords is like, yeah, there's a decision that you will need to make. But I kind of feel like what I see coming up in the future is you get your groove back. That's also been coming through in a lot of readings lately. And it's born out of your wisdom. It's born out of the journey you've been on. And it's born out of things playing out over time, Seven of Pentacles. You've been patient. And now it's decision-making time. What came out, this is Cancer, right? So what came out for Gemini is this card, and this card I felt like the message of it was the moment of truth. And it's like that moment where you get a self-check. You go in. You don't look for the answers outside of yourself. You don't wait for what someone has to say or not say. You don't try to play guessing games anymore. You certainly don't second guess yourself. You go in for that moment of truth where it's like, now I need to make a choice. So that's what I think you're coming to. And Spirit's all in for that. Spirit's saying, okay, so what have you learned? What have you learned and where are you headed in this next iteration of yourself? Three of Wands. Wow. Four of Swords and Hierophant. I feel like the Hierophant is your higher self. I almost feel like Spirit saying, okay, you have every reason to anticipate this next cycle, this next chapter, this next leg of your journey. It will be very healing, but you've got to kind of come from the energy of who you are at your core, what you believe, especially about conventional committed relationships, because that's the card for that. But the Hierophant is very spiritual, but it's spiritual in a very earthbound sense. It's Taurus, right? So it's kind of saying, okay, we know you've learned a lot and you're feeling like you can step into your power and you've got decisions to make. What have you learned? And you can anticipate the next cycle of the journey will provide some healing for what was difficult and challenging in the past. And don't forget who you are. It's kind of the message coming through. Stay true to you, Hierophant. Eight of Wands in the hidden energies. Five of Swords. There's your Knight of Cups. Ace of Cups. Okay. The plot thickens. So in the hidden energies, I kind of feel like y'all need to talk about the elephant in the room. That Five of Swords is that energy of well, we already have the Seven of Swords, which can sometimes be avoidance or duplicity, you know, kind of like a little shell game action. It can be a little bit of, it can be like dishonesty, self-delusion, all that kind of stuff. The Five of Swords can be flat out, straight up sabotage, where the deck is sort of stacked against you. And I have a feeling your person really wants to talk about it. And I see all the little hints about it, right? Because we have the King of Swords clarified by the Seven of Wands here, all on that Knight of Cups. We've got the Five of Wands underneath. It's like a continual source of conflict between you. It's created this breach of trust where you're really trying to just sort out fact from fiction in a very practical way. You've already been a bleeding heart. You've already called your own thoughts and decisions and next best steps into question. And now you're kind of getting a little self-protective and thinking maybe it's time for me to offload something here that isn't serving my highest good. And then we see you step into the Queen of Wands. Well, this person is realizing, oh, now I know what my person wants, what this person wants and needs and desires and deserves, and I better have a frank conversation about that elephant in the room, about what it is that went down that wasn't fair, that was either underhanded or somehow there's saboteur energy in there. Now, it could very well be that this person avoids direct confrontation or dealing with things directly, and that's their form of self-sabotage, and you get sabotaged by proxy, if that makes sense. I mean, it's not happening in a vacuum when somebody sets themselves up, you know, and things are going really well, and all of a sudden they step in it, and you go like, wait a minute, what am I dealing with here? Am I just dealing with somebody who's, you know, only interested in getting their own needs met, but doesn't have any emotional value in the connection? Then they go, ruh-roh, and they know, like, something has to change, and they start realizing they better, you know, if they don't want to lose the love of a lifetime, they better come forward from their heart. So I do see communication. I do see the communication being about this imbalance where, you know, you may have been feeling very defeated by either avoidance or resistance or behaviors that called into question this person's trustworthiness. So there may be some communication coming in around that. 10 of Cups. In your hopes and or fears. Interesting that we get the Nine of Wands again. We get the Knight of Pentacles. See what I like this because if you look at the 9 and the Ace, we have the 10 of Wands, which is already out twice. So there is something wrapping up here, and you're kind of right on your last legs. You want this happiness, you want this emotional completion, but you want this person to kind of, you know, bring an offer in that they're making consciously, that it's a conscious gesture. It's intentional, that it's purpose-driven. Knight of Pentacles is not in a rush. It is not the Knight of Wands. It isn't even the Knight of Cups. It's like tangible. It's something, it's an offer that comes in that is substantial, that makes you realize they've given a great deal of thought to it, even though that's swords energy, but it's something that kind of has some staying power. And you're willing to kind of push through, but you're really hoping to reconnect in a big way and reignite the torch of passion in the connection. You're sort of, I think your hope is that they'll come forward in that Knight of Pentacles, dependable, reliable, predictable way, but you're literally, you got one foot in and one foot onto the next thing. And then we've got the Nine of Wands in the outcome position. Five of Cups, King of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Wow. I feel like your person here is, what you're waiting for is to kind of get some read on whether or not they'll show up for you in 3D with any kind of staying power is the operative phrase I've been using in this reading, right? Do they have any regrets, you know? Are you just kind of holding on to something that isn't ever going to materialize? Five of Cups for you might be like, this is lost to me. It's not going to happen. They're not going to show up. This isn't somebody that I'm going to have a future with. And therein lies the Eight of Cups underneath, which is a potential walking away from this, which may not serve you anymore. You may be just taking what you gained from it and moving on. And I'm seeing evidence throughout this reading that that's the point you're at. Like you're kind of getting your power back, calling back your power, however you feel it, and saying, you know, if this isn't going to materialize in 3D, maybe it's best for me to move forward, move on. That's what I see. Let me tell you the astrology, but also there is a link to the extended in the first sentence of the description box below, and that's all going to be from your person's point of view. So we're going to take whoever this King of Swords energy person is, and we're going to try to get a feel for how they see the situation and how they see you, think about you, or feel about you, and what their intentions are toward you going forward. And we'll also get another card from Spirit with some more advice, and I close out with some oracles. So very thorough reading. Here's what I see. I see Queen of Swords, King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarian energy. The world is out twice. That's Aquarius and Capricorn, a card of Saturn, as I said. Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Empress, Taurus, and Libra. That's a card of Venus. We have the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius. We've got the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Virgo is in the Hermit here. Taurus in the Hierophant. And that King of Pentacles can be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So that's what I have for you. If this is your storyline, the link to the extended is below. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.